You join us today on Also Driven with a special guest, and you might be able to guess who it might be because of the car that I'm standing next to. So we came here today to meet Matt because we came in our Crown Victoria police car because that car is for sale. And Matt is doing a video which probably will have been released on his channel long before this particular video is released on our channel. But he's gone away to do a little drive of our car and he's left us with his car. So I thought, why not have a little look around it? So the main thing I can really tell about Matt's car is that it's so much nicer than ours in a lot of ways, because this is a detective-spec car, whereas ours is a proper kind of on-duty police officer car. So it's got nicer seats that seem to be a little bit more supportive. It's a lighter coloured interior. It's got like some soft touch feel on the top of the doors, whereas ours is kind of industrial, hard, black plastic everywhere. So it actually is a much nicer place to be than ours. I'm slightly jealous, I have to say. But then the flip side is that ours is the kind of the more iconic, stripped out police car with the proper cage in the back and that kind of thing. So it kind of depends what you're looking for out of a Crown Victoria, really. So sitting in the back of Matt's car is actually significantly nicer than sitting in the back of our car, because you actually have some leg room. Like, my knees are not absolutely rammed up here against the cage. In our car, my knees are like that with the metal right up there against them. So I can actually like relax here in the back of this car. It's actually really nice. And also the fact that there's no cage here means that the car feels so much more open and airy, and the lighter colour headlining and doors just makes it, yeah, a really pleasant place to be. And actually feels a lot more like the civilian version. And leading from that is there will be another video where Jim is going to take our Crown Victoria to Amsterdam because, well, two reasons. One, he's going to go and get some petrol in France. We'll come to that in a moment. And two, he's going to meet a guy called Kerleem who lives in Amsterdam, who has got a Mercury Grand Marquis, which is the actual luxury kind of civilian version of the Crown Victoria platform. So Jim's going to do a little comparison of those two cars. In our car, we have a purpose-built police centre console specification. Matt has a cardboard box. It's very industrious, I think. So Jim, do tell the viewers at home why you are going to France to put petrol in the car.
Well, when we first bought the Crown Victoria in February 2020, remember those days? Pre-pandemic, free travel, it was all great. I noticed on the fuel cap it said E85 compatible, and I went, what's E85? Well, apparently it's 85% alcohol petrol, which I was like, this thing runs on alcohol? Because I used to run on alcohol those days too.
You did, didn't you?
Yes.
I actually disagreed with you. We had a Google to settle
Yes.
the argument.
Yes, because you thought it was
15%
Yes.
ethanol, because E5, E10, I kind of thought that it was just the next step, but then they'd flip the numbers round. But the reason they'd flip the numbers round, so it wasn't E15, it is actually E85 because it is 85% ethanol, which is nuts. I can't believe that.
So while we were Googling, we found out there's only one country in Europe that still actually has E85 for sale, and it's France. And it's about 60 pence a litre. So considering filling the Crown Victoria up costs an absolute fortune, we thought we'd fill it up with petrol to drive it to France to fill it up really cheaply. So that's our mission, and that's what we're going to see today.
That makes such an enormous amount of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Also, it would be nice to get the Crown Victoria a little bit further east, because it started off in Tennessee, it's made it to Ireland, it's now made it to England, so it's going to get another little bit further across the continent, so it's going to be kind of fun.
Cool, okay. Whilst we were having Matt for the day, essentially, we thought it would be nice to record a little bit of an also-cast bit of podcastage with him, so a little chat. So once he comes back with our car, which hopefully he will do, we're going to go and sit... Oh, there he is. We're going to go and sit down in the back of his police car and have a little chat. So stay tuned.
I mean, this is the end of a long road, which was me at a deserted gas station at 10 o'clock at night 3 years ago in Tennessee, 40 miles outside Nashville, with a guy who said, don't mess me about because I have a gun, or he said, I'm packing. I bought a car, which is this car, and I have stood in the car park all afternoon with a photographer, and we're now listing it on Car and Classic as an auction, and it's slightly scary. It is somewhat scary, because this is my nonsense, but now it's come home to roost, and this nonsense has to pay for itself. and I'm slightly freaked out by it.
Hopefully it makes the price that we're hoping to get for it, so that we can have our money back, which means we can then reinvest that money into new adventures, motoring adventures, automotive adventures, obviously.
Well, and we're not booking a cruise.
No, we're not booking a cruise. We're buying another crappy car, I think, probably.
But we would like to thank Matt Richardson, who's from Furious Driving, who also is a photographer for Car and Classic, for what he did today. You know, he spent a lot of time with us. He's done a video on his own channel, which you've probably seen by now. But he jumped through hoops so that we could actually get the car listed on Car and Classic and the photographs done today, so that it could all be done in one day and very seamlessly. And a huge thank you to him for that. But yeah, so as I say, huge thanks to him. We're very nervous. Let's hope this works out. Obviously future videos we will be able to let you know how it works out.
Absolutely. That's it. Over and out for this one, I think.
Bye.
Bye.